Hello, everybody. My name is Kashif Abdullah, and my and I'm let's try again. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Kashif Abdullah, and I'm here to answer any questions regarding coronavirus. And I just wanted to take a quick update on what's been happening, and then after that, I'm going to discuss with you rates and what have you, and how the various countries are doing. And then I'm also going to discuss about anxiety and depression that we may be experiencing during our time here with the corona. And let's see now. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to switch things here. All right, let's see. All right. So if you look at the numbers of coronavirus that have been occurring, you'll notice that we've again increased now to 587,000 cases with 26,000 deaths. And this is again from YouTube. This is, I'll show you real quick. This is yeah, there you go. So this is live coronavirus pandemic real-time counter world news, world map news. People are talking on the side here, and I'll just expand this again. So you'll notice that the total number of cases has risen. This is actually China. So actually, you'll notice in America now has 98,000. So before there was like, I don't know, like we had 80 some thousand, 81,000 some odd cases. Now we're at 98,000 if you look at the top of the screen there, on the bottom top right, or the middle top right. And Italy is now 86,000. They've surpassed China's 81,000. Now, I actually follow a vlogger online, and he was saying regarding China. He's a Chinese vlogger, what have you, and he was mentioning how this 81,000 is not the case. That there is these numbers are not exactly to be taken with actually these numbers should be taken with a grain of salt. So I'm not sure about that, but you'll see Spain has increased. Everyone has increased. Germany, France, Iran, United Kingdom, Switzerland, um, all the way down. And so this one, if you look at right here, you'll notice on this chart here, they're showing this is the United States. Oh, that just passed away, or not passed, but this is finished. But it, well, maybe, and then this is showing the other countries, international top 15. And I think Canada's here somewhere. I'm not sure what Canada is. Somewhere maybe there somewhere. I'm actually Canadian, so that's why I'm mentioning it. But anyway, South Korea is actually doing really well right here. So they're controlling their rates. But the other parts of the Western world are not. We're still in the exponential phase. So the question always has been for some time now, where are we? When is this ending? Well, we're not. We're just at the beginning. We are still in the exponential phase of growth. We're just like doubling literally day by day. So we're not controlled at all, and this is still a very situation that requires um, essentially social distancing, washing your hands. Those with symptoms of fever, cough, or shortness of breath should notify their health care provider. Now, in the group chat, they were mentioning again, who do we notify? Our primary. Well, our primary, if you notify your primary, more than likely they'll talk to you, they'll listen to you, they'll ask you to get your temperature, they may ask you to come in, they may give you antibiotics or what have you, or medicine. But if it's bad enough, we can't test. That's the problem. We don't have the testing abilities yet. We would have to send you to the public health department. In the United States, the various county public health departments would be doing these. ERs are inundated. They're like a war zone. They just don't have the test. They're just trying to deal with the various symptoms as they come in. Frankly, it would be better if you would go to your urgent care or your primary before going to the ER. ERs are there for emergencies. This is an emergency, but at the same time, for sniffles and coughs, you know, talk to us. Let us figure out. Maybe we need to help. Maybe we can send you faster to the public health department. You don't have to wait in the ER. Let me move on now to the other website I really like, and that's the John Hopkins website. And here they're showing about the same. That one showed about 500. This is now showing 585,000. And this one you can actually control it. They're showing here the United States has 97,000 um, cases, and I look for the daily increase to see what is happening. And you're seeing that, look, it's still increasing day by day. We're going now, this is in the thousands. 10,000 is 20,000. We're almost at 20,000 cases here. Oh, well, sorry. This is daily increases. The daily increase is 20,000. Wow, I didn't even realize that. 18,000 in a couple of days ago? Wow, even I didn't realize that. But the cases are now still exponential. Italy, where we are the U.S. is now number one in the number of cases of coronavirus. That's crazy. That's just wow. Italy is not far behind at 86,000. And look, if you look at the slope of increases, Italy is, with their social distancing and everything, is controlling this better and better. Let's see. You'll you'll see that the slope of increase is actually less than the United States. The United States is exponential, whereas Italy is now becoming linear. So that's good. They're actually doing better. Um, China again. I don't know if that's really true or not, because that's completely dead stop. If they're doing that's amazing. But Spain is also rising exponentially. Germany at 50,000 cases, also rising exponentially. France also still rising exponentially. Iran is linear, so but it's beginning to tick up too. So United Kingdom also exponential. So most of the Western countries are exponential, and of course I'm going to mention Canada because I'm Canadian. But the Canadians are also going exponential. The daily increase is up and down. So yeah, most of the Western nations are going exponential. I wonder about Japan actually. Japan, where's Japan in all this? There's Japan. Japan is that's doing pretty good actually. Look at that. They're not exponential. They're now linear. So that's good. Their increase is not, and not too bad actually. They're doing good. But um, so the world is going through a lot of problems. That's why everyone is taking this so seriously. Those who didn't take it seriously are now hopefully taking this seriously. This isn't something just to play around with. And let's see. I'm now going to mention actually. So I mentioned this before, and um, I had a patient come in, and he just called me right now, and he and his partner are, I think, getting separated. And I want to mention this because of the anxiety and depression that this quarantine is bringing about. This is actually a serious matter that a lot of people are experiencing. And it's sort of a maybe a taboo kind of thing not to talk about, but it's not easy if you're staying home every day and just going off each other. Now this patient of mine, he is him and his partner are going through a lot of strife, and ever since there's some bad words being said amongst each other, and it's not it's I feel for him. So he's going through a lot of problems, and it's I told him that my concern for him was his well-being, because this is a concern of always of any kind of thing on this kind of um, anxiety or depression or what have you, or this tension, the stress, that the well-being of my patient is always important. So that thankfully that's not there. But I did want to give people like, if you're wondering how do I know if I have something, like what would a doctor sort of do, and this is something you should go to your primary care doctor for. You should come to us and tell him, hey, listen, I need help. I need your help in regards to trying to deal with this situation. And one of the screening tools we use is this. I'm going to show you this one first. Actually, I'll show you anxiety first. So this is, you can find this online. It's very simple. You just go to Google and you just put in, say, like uh, anxiety, oops, anxiety scoring, right? Put in something like our screening. There's it. And hopefully, invariably, this comes up, the GAD-7, or if you want, just write in GAD-7. Anyway, the General Anxiety Disorder 7 questionnaire is a bunch of questions you can answer yourself, and it's not diagnosing anxiety per se, but it helps us figure out. It's a quick, like, it helps in the diagnosis. Let's just say that. So you ask yourself, or you look at a patient and you figure out um, how often have any of these symptoms bothered you in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so let's make up somebody. We'll say someone feeling anxious or nervous or on edge. Let's say the quarantine has been, in the last 2 weeks, the quarantine's been going on, and yeah, about half the days you're on edge, right? Let's just say that. And then the next question is not being able to stop worrying or control, not able to stop or control worrying, like, oh, I'm worried about my finances, and which is a very legitimate reason to be worried, but I'm constantly concerned about that. Let's say that again, more than, well, let's say things are not so bad in several days. I don't know, I'm bring it up. Worrying too much about different things. So, oh, I've got to worry about my job, I got to worry about the kids' school, I got to worry about my relationships. Let's say has several days. I'm making it up again. Trouble relaxing. No, you know what? I have no trouble relaxing. I'm a-okay. I can relax. Being so restless it's hard to sit still. Although this, let's say several days, because this would make no sense if I said that. We'll say not at all. How about that? Let's say not being able, so restless, not being. No, no, I can sit still. It's not that bad. Easily annoyed or irritable. Let's say, oh, I've been barking at people back. We'll say that. I don't know. Feeling afraid that someone awful might happen. Let's say it's not that bad. We'll put 0. And then ask how difficult were these problems to do work or take care of. And let's just say it is very difficult because of the situation. So then out pops this number of mild anxiety disorder. Now this is not like a definitive diagnosis, but it'll show up. Okay, what would be, what are the symptoms? Usually just to monitor. This is something to monitor. But let's just say, let's make up another one person. Say somebody is like now into 2 months into the coronavirus, and they're feeling nervous every single day. They can't stop controlling worrying. They're worrying about different things half the days. They can't relax really half the days. They're so restless, and we'll say several days. Easily annoyed and irritable, we'll say every day you're annoyed. Feeling afraid that something awful might happen because it's been going on so long, every day. Let's make it up. And it's very difficult to work. Now it's 17. As opposed to last time it was 6. Now it's 17. And what do we do here? Severe. So active treatment probably warranted. And active treatment, this is where a doctor comes into play. Active treatment is when we give you medicine, frankly, or not just that, we give you see a therapist, a psychologist, and you go you do what's called cognitive behavioral therapy. That's where you sit down, you talk to a therapist, and you figure out ways of dealing with these various issues, and if need be, some medicine can help along the ways. But being able to control, feeling nervous, and maybe some coping mechanisms that can bring it down to several days, and controlling, relaxing, learning to relax, not to come down to several days. Being so restless, heart still now goes away. Easy irritable, you know what your trigger points are, that gets a little bit less. Feeling afraid, not as awful, something might happen now, maybe several days, and still difficult. So now it's come down to 10, and it's better. So what I'm saying is anxiety is can play a huge role right now. But just say you also have, you're depressed. You just think life is hard. Well, we got a questionnaire for that too. And this is actually things that we would ask, we would do. So let's say again, what do we do in this case? Let's say again, in the last 2 weeks, have you felt little interest or pleasure in doing things? Let's say, yeah, more than half the days. And feeling down, depressed? Nah, it's been only a couple of days. I'm not that, you know. Falling asleep, no, I have no problems with that. Having little energy, we'll say maybe several days. Poor appetite or overeating, maybe overeating now because been cooked up. Feeling bad about yourself or that you were failure, let yourself or your family down. No, not at all. Everything's okay there. And then trouble concentrating or watching or reading the newspaper, we'll say not at all. We'll just say, and things moving or speaking so slowly that other people have noticed. No, that hasn't occurred. You can say that. Thoughts you're better off dead or hurting yourself. This is the big one. Frankly, this is something that in medicine we could admit you to a hospital for, because this is very serious. So better off dead or hurting yourself in some way. This is, let's just say not at all. This is the first, and then it's somewhat difficult. So then we look at the you got a five out of nine. So it suggests mild depression, mindful watching and repeating, and follow up. So let's just say now in follow up, 2 months go by and we're still in this lockdown. Now people are someone's very depressed. Nearly every day, I just don't want to do anything. Feeling down, depressed, yeah, half the days I'm depressed. Falling asleep, nah, sometimes I'm falling tired or little energy, we'll say several days still. Poor appetite, overeating, now we're half the days. Feeling bad about yourself, now maybe, God forbid, someone's lost their job. More than half the days they feel bad about themselves, or they're a failure, or let themselves or family down. Or trouble concentrating on things such as reading the newspaper, we'll say not at all. Moving slowly, and we'll say no. And then trouble hurting yourself in some way, let's say, I don't know, let's hope, maybe we'll put this on like that. So now it's a 12. So a 12, if you look here, is moderate depression. And this is something that we might think maybe active treatment, talking to psychiatrists. So there's scales. What I'm trying to show you is there are questionnaires that you can actually use yourself at home that can help you identify anxiety and depression. And frankly, anxiety and depression can lead to these family relation problems that are happening on people who are experiencing this quarantine, which is not easy. You know, what do you do about staying in quarantine? You know, you have to try to keep yourself more occupied. Try to do other things. This is really hard, but we have social media. You have social distancing. Well, maybe the solution is social media more than anything else. Go to Twitter. Go to Facebook more often, and and go to WhatsApp meetings and just try to talk to people. Pick up the phone. Just call. You can text, but why don't you just call somebody? Call someone you haven't called in a long, long time. Just say, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling at home? How's it going? Not just loved ones, but family, friends that you maybe high school friends or university people that you knew. Hey, I haven't talked to you in a long, long time. Go to your friends list on Facebook, randomly select somebody, and just drop them a message. Hey, how's it going? How are you feeling? Maybe uh, that's a way of occupying your time doing other things. Trying to figure out who's out there. There's another thing you could use. It's called Reddit. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this, but it's something interesting. I'll show it to you right now. You may have heard of it already, but it's a way of talking to people about various topics online, and people. It's various news topic. It's sort of like Facebook too, but here it is, top broadcast right now, and I'm not sure. All these people are talking. Things are happening in the world. Where does the Senate money go? And you know something about Uranus, all that sort of these funny memes. So different things, trying to figure out different things, because looking um, at this, or you know um, looking at these maps, or these maps like this, especially this map, this can get depressing pretty quick. Look, God knows, numbers are constantly changing, and God knows what's happening here. And you could also get to just, how about just learning to cook. I made like this. It was called lazy lasagna, or whatever. I was home. I didn't want to go out, so my wife and I, we made this simple. We had these we had these ravioli things, and I just read the side of the box of the ravioli, how to make lazy lasagna. Just do that. That was a simple thing. Um, Try to figure out how to do things together, different things you may have not tried. Um, you know, uh, the internet sort of separates us, but at the same time, It's only I understand. You can play video games too. Hey, why not? There's a lot of online video games. Um, Try to keep doing things, different things at different, reading. Of course, you can read. It's not easy. I'm just saying that if you're feeling blue, if you're feeling sad, then you need to try to reach out to other people, other loved ones, or even friends, or any friends or family or acquaintances, and figure out, that you're not alone in this. We're all together in this right now. The whole world. Look at this. The entire world. This is the first time ever, I think, the world has gone through this kind of crisis. Like, when something bad happens in the world from other people, wars or what have you, it's sometimes isolated to that one particular part of the world, and people forget, yeah, that's not my problem. But this is not the same thing. This is the whole world is dealing with this. Never has the world dealt with this. Places that were never like places that never stopped having activity, like Times Square. That's like a ghost town now. So places that never stop having, um, but it's not easy. I understand, but you can reach out to me. You can ask me questions, and I can answer any of your questions. Um, I can see if there's any questions that have been asked. No, I don't think so. I don't see any questions, but I can see there's a couple of viewers. This is just my uh, streaming of people watching, but it's not easy. Let me just switch something here. There we are. I understand it's not easy. Um, if you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to air them out. Um, I will. I'm wondering if I should make a Reddit on this, and you guys can uh, maybe talk to more people. Maybe I can make a subreddit or something, and you can maybe the Facebook comments maybe not available, and Reddit is it's not like a WhatsApp. It's available to anybody. Anyone can have a Reddit. So that's this website I was showing you. Let me show you real quick again. Where is it? That was no, not that. I don't want that. That's this website. This thing. You can sign up, You can sign up, and you can pose any kind of question, and then you can keep yourself to Reddit. I'm sure there is a Reddit for coronavirus. It's impossible there's not. Coronavirus. Look at that. There's 1.7 million members on coronavirus. That's it. You can join the discussion. I might just join the discussion myself. Why not? And then these are various. Looks like Boris Johnson recently tested positive for COVID-19. Um, Somebody's donating billions of dollars in India to help COVID-19. So I'll try to make this more open, more people to figure out. But you know, um, it's always a it's always nice talking to you guys, and looks like we're coming up on time. Again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave it on the YouTube comments. I'm here. Or if you want, you can direct message me on YouTube. I'll answer any of your comments. Well, basically, I think I'll wrap up things now. It was good talking to everybody, and I'll see you likely Monday. I don't do this every single day. I'll do it on weekdays. So Mondays to Fridays. And yeah, thank you very much. Bye bye.